for his most recent post in Kol Chai in 2001. He has written 2 books in the field of Jewish-Christian dialogues, including the Gospels and the Rabbinic Judaism. Salwat.
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. It's an honor to be here once again. You keep inviting me back and I'm so delighted to be able to come. This has been a very special weekend for our communities. On Sunday, Saturday night and Sunday in our Jewish community, we celebrated the festival of Shavuot, which we call Zaman Matan Toratenu, the season of the giving of our Torah, when according to our tradition, God revealed the Torah not simply to Moses, but to the whole of the Bnei Yisrael, all the Israelite people at Mount Sinai, and everybody who was standing there heard the 10 Commandments proclaimed by God. On the very same day, on Sunday, it was Pentecost, Whit Sunday, when according to Christian tradition, tongues of fire descended on the first disciples, and they spoke in tongues going out to proclaim the message of God, the new faith of Christianity to the world. Another festival of revelation on the same day. And of course, in our Muslim communities, we're commemorating, celebrating Ramadan, the month when the Quran was revealed. So 3 times, 3 festivals of revelation, all on the same weekend. And although you might say that it's a coincidence, I think in fact it is no coincidence, because what we have in common among Jews and Christians and Muslims is far greater, far more important, far bigger than that which divides us. I don't know if you can see the picture on the screen. Resolution isn't very clear. This picture was taken at the Oxford Central Mosque on Friday the 13th of April. And there are 2 of us in the picture who are now in this room. One is me and the other is Jamil Hashim, who's on the far left of the picture there. And this was a group of Jews, Christians and Muslims. We spent a whole week together in Oxford at a 3 Faiths week, looking not just at our faiths, but at our current issues. We learnt, the theme was beyond the headlines. So we looked at some of those difficult newspaper headlines and tried to work through them and heard the stories behind them. We heard a lot about Islamophobia and anti-Semitism and the difficulties in our world, but we also had some very remarkable speakers who are trying to build peace and good relations between our communities. On Friday, we visited the mosque. On Friday night, the synagogue in Oxford, and on Sunday, the university church. And it was only when I saw this photo after the event that I realized how powerful it was for those 3 communities that we arrived together, 30 of us, as a group of Jews, Christians and Muslims who'd spent a whole week together building our relationships. God willing, inshallah, we're going to have another such week beginning on the 1st of April next year in Oxford, and each one of you is invited to join us then. By listening to people who have been through so much in their lives, we can learn how to build peace together, as we must, as we can, as we will. One of our great scholars of old, Hillel, taught us that if I am not for myself, who will be for me? And if I am only for myself, if If I am not for myself, who am I? If I am only for myself, who will be for me? And if not now, when? And to which we might add, we need to do this together. We need to work together, to build together for a better world. Amen.